Hello and welcome. You're watching News 18 with me, Avantika Singh. We're getting in some breaking news. According to sources from the government on the latest income tax department notice to the Congress party, sources have said that the Congress did not respond to multiple notices in the previous years. In fact, they claim that only 3 responses have come in the last 5 years and that the Congress party has paid only 20%, and that doesn't really work. No account has been frozen, but they cannot make transactions till all of the income tax notices have been served. Now, this is the latest bit of information that the Congress party had never even paid the amount that was due to the income tax department, and that's why they have been slapped a notice of a whopping 1,700 crore rupees. So this is the information that the government is saying, that the Congress party had never really paid up their dues, and they've also claimed that none of their bank accounts have been frozen, the charge that a Congress party has repeatedly made against the BJP government. They have said that this is a premeditated act by the BJP to stifle them, to stop them from political campaigning, to ensure that they don't have access to their financial accounts. But now the centre, or at least government sources, claiming that the accounts are not frozen, but they will have to pay the debts before they can have access to the financial bank accounts. I'm going to go straight across now to Pallavi for the very latest on this. Pallavi, over to you. Just fill us in with all the information that you have. Just how many times notices have been served to the Congress party in the past, and how many times that they haven't paid up?
So there have been 5 notices, a total of 7 notices, because see, you have to pay income tax on the basis of each financial year. And what government sources are saying is that every time you fail to pay that kind of an income tax, or you fail to file your returns, you are issued a notice by the income tax department, which is something which comes to all of us who are defaulters, and you're expected to pay. But if there's a repeated failure in doing so, then of course penalties accrue, and that is exactly what has happened in the case of Congress party. Now, just to put it quickly into context, what is it that the Congress is saying? The Congress is saying that political parties don't have to pay income. What the government is saying is that once you're making earnings by way of political donations or electoral bonds, whatever the case may be, you're earning income and you just have to notify the income tax about it. It is in that context that very often the Congress party has failed to do so, and when notices have been served to them that you have to pay up so and so amount, they haven't really done it till now, and therefore it's accrued to more than 3,500 crores, and frankly speaking, the number could also go a little bit more higher, because the numbers and the calculation is made on the basis of what is really going to be taken from you on the basis of the calculation on the financial year. Very quickly, what government sources are telling us is that the default or the lacuna is coming in from the Congress side. There have been only 3 instances when they have responded to these notices. No one from the Congress party or on behalf of the Congress party is in touch with them or is explaining. You just pay 20% of what is due and you think all is over. It's not clearly all over. No account has been frozen, but it's but natural. You cannot keep on making transactions. Why should you be allowed to withdraw money if you're not paying the amount of money which you have to pay to income tax department?
Right.
Therefore, as far as the government is concerned, they are refusing to accept this theory that there is a political witch hunt or an attempt being made by the government or the BJP to freeze the funds of the Congress party, as the Congress is alleging.
Interestingly, the Congress has accused the income tax department of double standards. In fact, they have thrown that argument at the BJP on just why taxes have not been filed by the BJP over what they claim a rupees 42 crore violation. What is that charge?
Well, what again, the Congress party in its various multiple press conferences has been making these 2 points. One is that political parties don't have to pay income tax, which is correct to a certain extent. But again, what has been clarified to us by way of government sources is that every time anyone, for that matter, makes money, earns an income, you have to inform the income tax department and you have to pay a tax on that. That is something where the Congress party has not always been transparent. When it comes to the BJP, government sources, of course, clearly maintain that this is not really true. As far as the BJP is concerned, it's been very transparent as far as its transactions are concerned. They have always been in touch with the income tax department as far as their transaction or their earnings are concerned. Look, at the end of the day, we know this entire issue has become mired in politics. So
yes,
there's always going to be this tutu meme, and it's not a coincidence that it's happening so close to Lok Sabha elections, where even at the rally yesterday, Rahul Gandhi, for example, made the point that our money has been taken away and we cannot have a level playing field as far as the elections are concerned.
Well, the Congress has accused the centre of indulging in what they call tax terrorism to financially cripple their party, Pallavi. Now that they have been served this income tax notice, it's a whopping amount of 1,800 crore rupees. What's going to be their strategy? Because the income tax department is saying that their bank accounts are not frozen, but they cannot have access to it till they don't pay the due amount.
Well, it's like this way, just to put it very simply. First of all, government sources are saying that the Congress has at least 120 bank accounts. Those transactions are still going on in the sense that checks are being deposited and checks can be deposited. If an account is frozen, then you're obviously not going to be allowed to do so. This is a clear-cut case, an example of where the account is not frozen. Suppose I have 1,000 crores and I owe, say, something like 50 lakhs to the income tax department. Those 50 lakhs will have to be paid. Till you don't pay that, why should I have access to a 1 crore? Because what if you're going to keep on repeatedly defaulting and walk away with that kind of a money? Also, your principal amount which is due to income tax department, every time you default on payment, Avantika, there is a penalty which is imposed. And today, if the Congress party has to pay this staggering amount, it cannot get away by saying that, look, this is a huge amount of money, we cannot afford to pay. So they will have to, by hook or by crook, they will have to pay that money, whatever is due to the income tax department.